In 2009, it was already clear to many that the United States was heading for defeat in its war in Afghanistan. Even military leaders, including a British general and later an American one, admitted the war was being lost. The American general even asked for 50% more troops, increasing forces from 68,000 to 98,000, showing how difficult the situation had become. The war had already cost a huge amount of money. Economist Joseph Stiglitz, a Nobel Prize winner, wrote in his book The $3 Trillion War that by the fifth year of the conflict, the U.S. had spent about $3 trillion on wars in Iraq and Afghanistan. When you add in long-term costs like veterans' healthcare, interest on war-related debt, and future military spending, the total could reach between $5 and $7 trillion. The Christian Science Monitor estimated the cost of the Afghanistan war alone at around $1 trillion. To put that in perspective, if someone spent $1 million every single day, it would take nearly 3,000 years to spend $1 trillion. For $3 trillion, it would take over 7,800 years. This massive spending placed a heavy burden on the American economy and by extension, the global economy. A U.S. defeat in Afghanistan would have serious consequences. It wouldn't just be a military loss, it could mark the decline of American power, both economically and strategically. Unlike the U.S. defeat in Vietnam in the 1970s, where the Soviet Union stood as a rival superpower, there was no other global power in 2009 to take advantage of America's failure. Instead, non-state groups and people around the world who oppose Western dominance would celebrate such a defeat. The Afghan people, despite being poorly armed and receiving little global sympathy, had resisted foreign invasions for decades. Unlike the Vietnamese, who gained worldwide support during their war, Afghans fought with little help or recognition. Yet, they had won, and they have proven their strength, courage, and deep love for independence. It would show that their fight against the Soviet Union in the 1980s was not just a proxy war for the US or the West, but truly their own struggle. History shows that Afghanistan has never accepted foreign control. The Soviet Union learned this the hard way. Their failed war in Afghanistan weakened their empire and helped bring about its collapse. But the US and its allies ignored these lessons. They believed they could succeed where others failed. As the article asks, will the powerful forces symbolized by the one-eyed demon on the US dollar, often seen as a sign of American dominance, allow such a historic defeat to happen? The answer, as events later showed, was already taking shape.